Hello, everyone. Welcome to Thursday Night Live. So I'm just like 1 minute early. And while I'm 1 minute early, I forgot to do something. I got to get up and turn the AC off. Oh, pray for me because it is extremely hot here today. Oh, okay. So we have the AC turned off. Oh, boo-hoo. So I'm going to stay here and wait a few minutes and because I was early before I get started and tell you what project we're doing tonight because, well, it's based on your votes. And if you don't like the project, I'm so sorry. But, you have to go over to and vote. Go over to my community board and vote. And I'll have some more choices for next week. Hello there, whoever you are. So I kind of got this idea from Carmen because, and it was a good idea. Sort of direct my path a little bit about what I want to do. So I started working on my altered book with the fabric that I bought from Dollar Tree. And I have to show you something. So I glued some of this together, and you won't believe what I glued it with. I glued it with my art glitter glue, and I want to show you something. Oof, that's because I've been pulling on it, but it had not come apart. And this part right here, I glued down, and it won't come apart. So art glitter glue did pretty good. For some reason, I cannot find my Fabri-Tac that I had bought, and it was a brand new bottle too. But while we're waiting on others to join us, I'll show you what I did. So the little book that I bought, I went ahead and covered the book with the fabric, and that's the inside and that cover. So yeah, I went ahead and covered it, the inside and the outside, with the fabric. And this is only half of that big square, so I still have another half left. But and I, of course, I tore the pages out and stuff that I needed to do. So I'm excited to get working on that. And when I finish it, I will share it with you because I'm not going to do it on camera. So everybody's kind of got a late start today getting here. Hello. I'm probably not going to be able to wait too long because what we're doing is going to take a minute. And I want to be able to get finished. To be honest with you, I don't think I can sit out here in the hot heat in the house for long without the AC on. So I'm going to wait just a couple of more minutes and we're going to get started. Hello. Hello there. Welcome. I hate this time lag because you could be saying something and I'll get it 5 minutes later. But I'm real happy with the choices that you guys made on the survey with tonight, because this is a project that I've been wanting to try. And yeah, so I'm just real tickled about it. I can't wait to share it with you. Hello there. Welcome. So on this project last week, remember the card that I made last week? And I didn't make one beforehand. This project was a little tricky. So I made a prototype this week because I wanted to be able to show you guys how I made the project, and yeah. Thank you for the like. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what I made. And the last time that I checked just a little bit ago, here's how the survey went. Acrylic pours was 22%, art journal page was 22%, and fancy fold card was 56%. So that is what we're doing tonight. Next week, I'll have another survey. I'll have acrylic pours and journal art page on there and another something else. And then we'll do it. Hi, Marcia. Oh, you're good. Let me show you what we're making tonight. So this is the card we're making tonight. Now, this does have Velcro on it because it's quite heavy when you open it up. It looks like this. Isn't that cute? And it's not as hard as it looks. I mean, when you first look at it, you're like, oh, Lord, how do I do all that? And you can see from the side, well, it is a pop-out card in the middle and a pop-out card on the sides. And it does stand up when it's open. And then it just folds all back up neatly into its little package. I know, bad hobby. But anyway, that's what we're going to be making tonight. That was my prototype, and I was really happy with my prototype. But, I mean, there's some little quirks. I will tell you for this project, excuse me, for this project, it's better to have lightweight paper in some respects for the sides because it's hard to fold. But this is not a hard project. It just looks hard. But Marcia, you will have to go back and read and watch it when you get back with hubby. Bye, sweetheart. So, while I'm waiting for somebody else, if you hadn't gone over and watched the oil video, you need to go over and watch that. I'm having a giveaway. I'm giving away a product that's worth $112.67. It's a weird amount, isn't it? But anyway, that's what I'm giving away. So you'll have to go over there and watch that video. And so tonight I'm going to go ahead and put us down here and get started because this is going to take a while. And like I said, it's hot. So everybody close your eyes, hold on for a ride. We're going to go down. Maybe I shouldn't put it up like that, but I like to see y'all's faces first. Okay, let me sit the camera so we can see which way this is going here. I want to be in the middle. Okay. So this is what we're going to use. We might be using some of these butterfly stickers and some of these little flower stickers. I don't know yet. We are going to use some of the blue bling stuff. And I already went and cut the paper because it would just take us forever to do all this. So this is going to be my card base. And the card base is 12 by 6. Okay? 12 by 6. Oh, I get to find my little cheap paper. There you go. 12 by 6. And then on 12 by 6, we're going to score this. And we're going to score this. Let's find my big end here. Okay. We're going to score this at 5. And we're going to score it at 5 1/8. Now, 5 1/8 is the second line and the first line past 5. Okay. And then we're going to score it at 10 1/8. So 10 1/8 is 10. And then the next line, the next line over is 10 1/8. Then we're going to score it at 10 1/4, which is the next line. And then we're going to score it at 10 3/8, which is the next line. Okay? And that's all the scoring we're going to do to that. So we can put that to the side. Then you're going to need 2 papers, a pattern paper. And this is best, it can be single-sided. This is best if you use pattern paper that doesn't have to have a direction. If you do have a directional paper, then you need to be mindful of how you score it. I mean, how you put it on your paper. But right now, we're not going to do anything with these. This is already done for right now. Then you're going to need a middle piece, which is this piece right here in the middle. Now, I did this just like the directions, said, but this one I'm modifying a little bit. Okay, so you need the middle piece, and that middle piece is 10 3 7/8. So this is 10 3 7/8. And 7/8 is that little line before the 4. And then I'm going to mat this, and I cut this one at 9 7/8 by 3 3/4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and mat this because it's going to be a lot easier for us to score it. So you don't have to keep measuring out your figure out all the little tiny measurements on the white piece. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this mat down to the middle. And I'm going to try to get it perfect. Which, I find very little of anything that I do is perfect, but, it'll work. Okay, so there we go. Now we're going to put this back in on the scoreboard. And we're going to score it at 5 inches because that's half of the 10 inches. We're going to score it at 5. And I am going to score this a little harder. Go down a couple of times because we are going through 2 pieces of paper. Check the back, make sure it went through. And we're just going to fold that up just to make sure everything's all good. And we're going to open it back up and stick it to the side. That's all we need to score that. Then you're going to need 2 pieces of pattern paper, and these measure 5 3/4 by 1 3/8 inch. And then you're going to need a piece of paper that is 5 3/4 by 4 3/4. And we don't score any of those. Now here's the next 3 little pieces we're going to make. And I'm not using white this time. I'm using pattern paper. And these make the little pop-out birthday cakes. Now, traditionally, when you make out pop-out cards, you have to cut the paper from behind and it pops out. Well, we're not doing that. We're cheating. Okay? So you're going to need a piece that's 3 by 3. You're going to need a piece that is 2.5 by 2 3/4. And you're going to need a piece that's 2 by 2.5. So 2 this way, 2.5. And again, I use paper that it didn't matter what directions. Now to score these on the 3-inch paper, it doesn't matter what side because it's 3 by 3. You are going to score this at 1/4 inch. No, excuse me. Yeah, 1/4 inch. So you're going to put that right here and score as a, whoops. I hate scoring 1/4 on this thing. Okay, you're going to score 1/4 inch. And then you're going to score it at 1.5. And then you're going to score it at 2 3/4. Right here. So you're going to get, 1/4 inch on each side. And you're going to have a small side and a big side, and you want that. Okay, on the 2.5 by 2 3/4, you're going to score the 2 3/4 one, and you're going to score it again at 1/4 inch. and you're going to score it at 1 1/4, and then you're going to score it again at 2 1/2. So you got 2/4 inches on each side, a small side and a big side. On the little piece that's 2 by 2 1/2, you're going to score it on the 2 1/2 inch side, and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to score it at 1/4 inch, and you're going to score it at 1 1/2, and you're going to score it at 2 1/4 to get those 1/4 inch sides there. And then you have a large half and a small half. Okay, so that is all the scoring we have, but I'm going to use my scoreboard for this part right here. Let me move all these pieces out of the way. All right, so you're going to take your pattern paper, which is 12 by 6. And whatever you want to show, mine's not double-sided, so of course I want this to show. So I'm going to put it up against my scoreboard, and I'm going to fold it in half, making sure that the sides and everything meet. Okay, so that's all we're doing is folding it in half. I have to remember how to do this now. Okay, so with the side open, you're going to take this corner here, and you're going to bring it up like this. This is why I said it's really good to have thin paper, but I mean, as you can see, I worked it. And you're going to try to get the sharp point on the end. And what I did was I stuck my scoring tool in there, and we're just lining this up just like this. So we have a sharp point just like that. And then bring this all the way over to the edge so that it matches, and then flatten it out. And I have misplaced my scoring tool, so I'm just using the back hand of the scissors. But it's very important that you press this down. So then you're going to have this. Now you're going to open it back up, and you're going to have this V shape like this. Can you see that? What you're going to do is you're going to bring this side, bring this in. So you're bringing this one down like this. And then you're going to bring this one inside. Oh gosh, I have to remember how I did this. So basically you're just popping it within itself. That's what you're trying to do. There we go. So that you have a piece that looks like this now. So basically all you're doing is bringing that point right there to the inside, like that. So now you have this piece right here. It's kind of like a triangle with a little bent place on it. Everybody follow me so far? Yay, no, yes, no, maybe. And we'll do it again because we got to do two sides. Okay. So then what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the point end down. Now this is really good if you have a mat. I can't get to my mat right now. I'm putting my point end down on my scoreboard to 6 inches. Uh-oh, can you see this? I don't think you can see this, can you? Let me adjust this just a little bit. There we go. Okay, so I'm putting it down, and this should hit the equal mark right here to 6 inches. So then I'm going to hold it down. I'm going to take this point here, and I'm going to pull up both sides till I get to 4 inches. Oops. And I'm going to flatten this down. So this point from here to here should be, from here to here should be from 4 to 6 inches, okay? Then you're going to fold that down. And like I said, it's a lot easier with lightweight paper, but I apparently didn't have any left from score. So holding my thing on 4, then I'm going to bring this point back 1 inch, which would be to 3. Does that make sense? Everybody following? Okay. Then I'm going to bring the point here on 3 and bring it down, the end of the paper down to across this side right here. Okay. So this is what you should have so far. This is what it should look like so far. See that? And then you're going to take this point and bring it back across. It doesn't have to meet all the way. Just bring it back across. The little tip part of it. Like that. So this is what you should look. This is what it should look like. Then what you want to do is unfold it and fold it the other way on those lines. And just make sure you get your lines all straight. If it's not, if it's over a little bit, y'all, it's very forgiving. It's okay. But this just helps when you reverse the lines. It helps the paper not to crack. Okay. And then you want to open it up. This is a cheap way of doing origami. And you have all this right here. Okay. So this is the bottom. This is going to get glued. This part is going to get glued on your card. So you still have here, if you fold it in half, you still have your half sheet. Okay. So in the middle, this should be a mountain fold. Okay. And we're going to do one side at a time because I find it's easier to do that. So the next fold should be a valley. Let me get it down here. The next fold will be a valley. The next fold will be a mountain. And you may just have to pop it a little bit to get it to bend. And then this little part right here is a valley. And then this little part right here is going to stick out. I don't know. This is not looking right the first time I did it. Ha! This might be scratch. Let's see. All right. I hate to do this, but I don't have so much paper, so fold this over. Fold this to a point. That was all good. Open it back up. Put this down the middle. Bring this over to 4. It's because I'm not pressing the lines down, y'all. And this is thick paper. And then bring this back over to 3. And then bring this over from 3 to 4. And then bring this back over. Okay. Now let's see if we got it after we refolded it. Much better. Okay. So the middle part here is The middle part is the mountain. So then you want to do mountain valley. So this is going to be a valley. This fold right here is a valley. And this one is a mountain. I know it's kind of fiddly, and and this is the most hardest part about it, and it's really not hard once you get the hang of it. And then this one is a valley. This line right here would be a valley. Okay. And then this one comes inside. And this one right here, the little top part, this one goes in because it's a valley. This one comes out like that. So you might just have to fiddle with it for a little bit till your paper is working. That's why I said it's easy. It's better to use thin paper, but I did it on the other one and it wasn't thin. It just takes a minute to mess with your paper, honestly. You just want to make sure that you get all your folds folded out. There we go. There we go. And this one is a valley. I know I said it wasn't hard, and it's really not. It's just a matter of folding that paper right. I may have to cut another piece of paper. I don't know. Let's do this side first, because I don't want to be showing y'all this wrong. I did make one. Okay, so we got valley, fold. I mean, mountain, valley, fold. This is a mountain. This comes up like this. Oh, this is ridiculous, Donna. Yeah, I'm not sure how this is working. All right, I may have to do this whenever. I might mess this up. I don't know how I messed this up, but I might have. So anyway, this is the bottom. This part right here doesn't fold. This is supposed to be a valley fold. I mean a mountain fold. Then the one next to it, the line next to it, this line right here should be a valley. So I'm going to squeeze it on the back side so I can get that definition. And then this one should be valley. This one should be an in one. And then this folds up like this. Okay, so let's do the other side. So we got the middle, and then a valley. Push it out. That's the middle, and this one's a valley. Okay, this is a mountain. Along with this one, because that goes together like that. This is a valley, and this one is a mountain. There we go. It's just a matter of getting your score lines. I should have scored them a little bit better. So there we go. And then that pulls up like that. Oh my gosh. Okay. That goes in like that. And And these lines go back like this. All right. Now we got it. Told you I'd figure it out. It's really not hard, you guys. It's the fold. What gets you is that fold. It's thick paper, so it's really hard to get those fold lines in there. So if you want to score it, I mean, it's better off to do thin paper. Oh my gosh. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Chris. I don't know who all I missed. Y'all watching me struggle over here, aren't you? She's like, yeah, I thought she knew how to do this. I did. I did a prototype. I promise. I promise. I promise. So you just have to keep creasing it down to get your fold lines. So when you open it, it's going to pop up like this. Whew, that's one down. We're not doing that again. Hey, Paige. It's really... Okay, this is the card, what it looks like for everybody that came in. This is the card right here. And I did this, it didn't take me that long this afternoon. So it's got Velcro, and you have the outside pocket like this. And then it opens up like this. And then it has a pop-up effect in the front. And then on the inside of the card. This is what I'm making, Chris, a card. Everybody voted for a fancy fold card. Well, here you go. You're welcome. I'm making two. I made a prototype, and I'm making this one. May not make any more. All right, let's try to get this beast done once again. Thank you. Let's try to do this again. Because you need two of these suckers. All right, so this is the 12 by 6. I'm just putting it in my scoreboard and folding it in half. Making sure that it all lines up. And I really, truly need a scoring tool, but I don't know what happened to mine. So I'm just using the end of my scissors now. Okay. So that's what we start with. Then from the open side, we're going to take this corner from the closed side all the way over to the open side. And you're going to make sure it goes down flat. And you're going to try to make sure you got a really good point, a sharp point on the end. That's what you want. And it goes all the way over to the side. Just kind of line it up. Like I said, if you're off a little bit, well, that might make a difference folding it, but not much. And then you're just going to, everything you do, you want to make sure that you burnish it really good. As we've seen, that was my problem on that one. It didn't get burnished good. And this is too thick of a paper. You should use a paper that's less than 150 GSM. So you should use probably about a 25-pound weight. Okay, so when you open it back up, it's going to look like this. This is what it's going to look like on the inside. You're going to take that, pull that point up, push in the middle like this, and fold the card like that. Okay. And then because I don't have a mat to work on. Hi, Cheryl. Oh, thank you, Chris. I guess I could have showed you the paper I was working with. I don't have it in here with me, but so then because I don't have a mat right now, so I'm going to stick my card in so that this little part right here is at the top. So it's going to be like this, and the point is down here, and the open part is right here. Okay, so I'm at 0, and I'm at 6 inches right here. I'm going to take this flap and fold it over. Try to hold it at 6 inches. And fold it over until I get this part of my paper to 4 inches. And then I'm going to press it down. And then I'm going to use the scissors and really crease it good this time. so we don't struggle folding it up like we did last time. Now, if this sticks out a little bit, it really doesn't matter, okay? So I'm going to put this back at 4. Then I'm going to bring this over 1 inch. So I'm going to bring it over an inch. So that'll be about what? It's at 8. So I'm going to bring it over to, is it 4? So I'm going to bring it over like this to 3. Because this part's at 4, and I want to bring it back an inch from this part. So I'm going to bring it back to 3 and press down. Should be about an inch here, an inch or so there. And then we're going to really burnish that. Okay, so the point's at 3. Then we're going to bring this back over where this is. And we're going to fold it over that way. Like I said, it's a lot easier with thin paper. I know I've said that 100 times. I'm sorry. Okay, so I folded it over to just the tip part of it is just past the paper. And you'll see the paper sliding around, and that's okay, y'all. It really is. And then you're going to bring that point back. It doesn't matter if it comes all the way to the end or not. You're going to bring it back like that and try to score it like this. Burnish it. Keep saying scoring. So that when you finish folding it, it should look like this. Okay? Then you're going to open it up like this. On that score line here, you're going to fold it in the opposite way. And you're going to burnish it. And this one that's just folded out like this, you're going to fold it back this way on that line. And burnish it. And this one, you're going to fold it back this way. No, this way. The opposite way of where it is. And burnish it. And then this one, we're going to fold back that way because that's the opposite way and burnish it. And I think it really makes a difference when you score. Okay, now, when we open it back up, that's what you have. All the lines and stuff in there. It's just an easy way to do an origami fold without having to do all of it like that. So, here you have the inside. This is the middle. If we were to fold it back up, that would be the middle. This is going to be a mountain. This score line right here is going to be a valley. This score line right here is going to be a mountain. This middle score line right here is going to be a valley. This score line right here is going to be a valley. See how much easier this one folded up? And this one is going to be a valley. And it folds over like that. I find it easier to do it one at a time. I got this idea from Sam, who's Mixed Up Crafts. She did it all together. I can't do it all together. So we got the mountain. Now we're going to take this part and make it the valley. And then this one here is a mountain, and this one's a mountain. And then we're going to flap that in because that's a valley like that. And that's going to fold up, and fold up. See how much easier that one was than the first one? And the whole reason why it was easier is because I burnished it really, really well first. Now, so that's how you get your little fancy fold on the outside. And we'll put those together in just a few minutes. Now we're going to do the rest of our card. I wanted to get the hard part out of the way and stick those in something to hold them shut. We don't need this anymore. Now, for our card base, which is 12 by 6, and remember, for those who just came in, we scored our paper at 5 and 5 1/8. And then we scored it at 10 and 1/8, 10 1/4, and 10 3/8. The reason why we scored these, and it's really easier to do it with your hands, is because this is creating the little fold right here on the bottom. The ones with the 3/8 together right here creates this round part on the top so that your thing will shut. And it really is just it's just as easy to fold it with your hand than, you know. So we're just going to work that little quarter edge there until we got our little edge right there. And then on this side, we're going to work our folds, little 1/8 of an inch folds. And this is going to create that roundness that we need to shut our envelope. So just carefully work with it. It's not that difficult. Then fold it here. And see, it creates that round edge that you need to fold everything up on the inside with. Okay, so then it's going to go like this. So we're going to glue our pattern pieces on there. And these go on top. The little pieces that were 5 3/4 by 1 3/8 go on the top right here. And on the inside, right here. Okay. So we're just going to glue them down. Oops. And then glue one, oh, I'm sorry, don't mean to be out of frame. And then glue one on the inside. See, I've been wanting to try this card for a while, but it's just too long to do a video. And since I can't shorten up my videos yet, yeah, I didn't want to do that. Okay, so there we go. And then we're going to take this piece right here, which was the 5 3/4 by 4 3/4. And we're going to put it on the front. And I might have cut that short for some funny reason. I don't know why I would have cut it too short, but maybe I did. I know I wanted to cut it a little bit shorter from the top because I didn't want my things to come down over it. So I'm just going to cut another piece. Y'all like how I solved that problem? Okay, so we're going to put that down here on the bottom. There we go. So that's how the outside is supposed to look. And then to do the inside. Before we do the inside, we're going to do our insert here. Okay. So we are going to start with our biggest little 3x3 square. And we're going to fold the little tabbies in that we made and fold this in. Okay, so this middle line right here has to fit in the middle of our score line, just like that. For this to work, it has to be on the score line. And I'll show you. So like this one is lined up with the middle of the score line right here in the middle. Otherwise, it won't close right. So the way I do this now, you can use score tape, you can use glue. I'm going to use glue. I'm going to lay this down in the middle so I know exactly where my middle is, and try to get it about 1/4 of an inch on each side. That looks about good. I'm going to hold this down, and I'm going to just put glue on this little tabby here, because art glitter glue is pretty fast drying glue. And whoop, then press it down. So that's already done. Then I can take my tab on the top and put some glue here, fold it over, and glue that down like that. So just hold it for a second. So you can see, and I'm going to bend it over just to get it going good. You can see that's the way it's going to do. It's going to stand up just like that. This is a cheat way of doing that. Now, next thing you want to do is take the next one, and you're going to bend the tabbies in. Okay. You're going to go in the middle here where the score line is. You're going to go about 1/4 of an inch away from the score line. And you're going to try to get it 1/4 of an inch on each side. Then you're going to hold the bottom one down. I like this pattern paper because this gives me a little line reference. And I'm just going to put glue on the top one this time and tuck it under and put it down. Then I can raise this one up, put some glue on it, make sure the tabby's tucked under, and glue it down. And then I'm going to take this one, fold the tabbies down, find the big end, which is this big end right here. I'm going to go about 1/4 of a line, 1/4 of an inch from that middle line to right here. Can you tell what we're building? We're building a little birthday cake. Okay, and I'm going to hold it down, make sure I got it even on each side. Hold it down, flip my tab up, then put my tab back down with a little tabby underneath it. Then lift this tab up, flip it under. I probably got too much glue there. I have to wipe that off. Good thing art glitter glue dries clear. There. Just let that hang out for a second so it can get dry. Take a sip of coffee. Okay. So then I'm just going to take my little fold, pop up my folded lines, and oh no, there we go. I should have creased these all before I got started, but I didn't. There we go. So when they sit up, you're going to see it from the side just like that. And they should line all up like that. I am missing conversation. I'm so sorry, y'all, but origami, kinda. So you're getting a pop-up. So like this is going to be like a little birthday cake. And I didn't want to do it in white and cut mats for it, so I did it in a different color. But I think it's really cute, and and see, you can see like from the side how they line up. This is easier than having to measure all those lines and cut through the paper, you know. So I'm just pressing it down this way. So it'll come up. And there we go. Okay. So we are done with that part. I know it's like, what takes the longest basically, other than folding, is just lining everything up. So what we're going to do with this now, we're going to take our paper here that we already folded, okay? And we're going to make sure that the open side is on the inside. And we're going to take it and we're going to put it against the edge of the envelope, making sure it doesn't come out. And it needs to be in the middle of the score line here on the bottom. So close it up, check it, make sure it's not hanging out. You're just going to put it on the edge right there, on the edge of the card. And this is going to be in the middle, but not above the top one, but just in the middle of that score line. And we're going to bring it down like that. Okay, so we're going to put glue on here. And I use wet glue for everything almost. You can use score tape, but wet glue for this allows moments of wiggling around. You know, make sure you have it on the right side. This is facing the inside. That's the most important thing. Okay, so we're going to put this back down in the middle against the line. And like I said, it gives me a couple of minutes to wiggle around with it. No, I wouldn't say minutes, but a couple of seconds to wiggle around with it. Make sure it's over here on the edge. Make sure this closes down. Okay. Then we're going to take the other one. And I need to fold that in better. There we go. Okay, and do the same thing. Make sure the open edge is toward this one right here. And then you're going to put it against the line, measure it up, put it against the line, and glue it down. Okay, so I'm going to measure this up. Make sure it's in the middle. And press down. Come in here and press down. Okay. And this is going to fit on the inside of it, but we're going to do that in a minute. Okay. Then what you can do, the easiest way to do this is to go ahead and put your glue on it. And fold the lip down like this and just press down on it. And it will be glued inside. Then it'll open up. There's your flower. Okay. And then just make sure it's dry first. Mine's not completely dry, so I gotta push that bit down. There we go. Now, do that like that. Now on the birthday cake, I'm gonna put some bling on it and stuff before we put it in there. Just gonna cut me a little row of bling. You have to decorate the cake, right? So, and I'm giving it a minute to dry too. Okay. card to dry. All right. Okay, so I'm going to put this at the end, at the bottoms. And this just matches this paper so pretty. And I'll put it at the bottom of this one. I think I might have to get another piece for this one. Hello to anybody that I have missed. I know I've been really concentrating on this because, you know, this is my only second one that I've done. Like I did a practice one this afternoon. Had a much easier time on it than this one. But that's just because I'm on camera. That's why. Otherwise, it would have been pretty good. So I'm just going to add that to that. Okay, so now we have a little bling around the bottom of our cake. And then I'm going to put since this paper was kind of rustic, I thought about using some of the little butterflies like this, but I'm not really sure, but I'm gonna try it anyway. On the other one, I used all Dollar Tree stuff on there, and I really liked it. So we're just gonna put a butterfly there. Sorry. And let me see what I got left over here. Since it's a birthday, we need to have, we'll put a little cupcake on top. Well, that's a little bit too big. Let's do it like this. Which I like better, the cupcake or the butterfly on top? And put the little butterfly right there. I think I like the cupcake. Even though it's supposed to be a cake, I like the cupcake too. And then I think I will put a little flower on the bottom. That's blue, or maybe not. Yeah, I think I will. What do y'all think? Good or not good? Hello? Anybody out there? Cupcake, cupcake. All right, okay, we got the cupcake. Butterfly and flower. How's that? Now, I'm going to put my sentiment down here, but I'm not putting it on just yet because the person that I'm actually sending this to might be online and I don't want them to see it. So, all right, so now we are going to put it on the inside of our card. And how we put this on the inside of a card, this needs to butt up against that, you know, the fold line. So it sits in there just like this. And I'm just going to glue one side at a time. So, and what's nice about this, when it folds down, okay, this folds flat and everything, but it does a really good job of hiding our little, you know, our paper. So, I'm going to fold this down and put glue on the bottom of it. And you can also put some white paper on the back of this and use that to write your, you know, your sentiment or whatever. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put in a sentiment. So I'm just going to line this up with my card. Make sure I got my paper down right. You don't want this to come below the card. I mean, you know, you don't want it to hang off the card, obviously. And then you're just going to glue this down. And then I'm just going to push down on it. Move it over just a little bit. Put glue on the back side. And push this back. And just sort of press down on that, like so. Okay. And then we're just going to, oh, that one. All right, you guys. And we're going to push it all back in together like this. And this comes over like that. And that is our card. Now, to keep it closed, we are going to use some Velcro dots. I'm just going to go over and stick that like that. Stick that like that. You can use magnets, but I don't want to use magnets because I'm always scared somebody's going to just throw that card away. I don't want to use magnets if they're going to throw it away. But thank you, Jackie. Like I said, the earlier one that I did was no struggle at all. I just had a very easy time doing it. But this one, I need to move that cupcake down just a little bit. The little candle is sticking up on it. There we go. And then I can just close this. And this keeps it closed like that. Impressed and inspired. Well, thank you, Paige. It was a battle, but we did it. And I think I'm going to put a little butterfly. This butterfly right here with the musical notes on it. It matches the paper perfect. You know what? I've had all these Dollar Tree stickers and stuff, and I just don't use them like I should. And I thought, why am I not using these stickers? I'm going to start using these darn things. I bought them, so I should use them, right? And that's what I'm trying to do. Use up my stash. Now, I'm trying to decide if I want it up here or if I want it on the front of a card like this. What do y'all think? Down here or up here? Yep. What do y'all think? On the thing or down here on the cover? And so I forgot to give you the final dimensions about this. The final dimensions are 5 3/4 by 6. Yeah, I kind of like it down too. It kind of matches better down here. Okay, there we go. That is my little fancy fold card. I don't know what exactly it's called. It's a pop-up explosion to the max. I don't know. But I like it. I'm pretty impressed with myself that I didn't screw it up royally. There we go. But I like that. I think that's cool looking. So that's the one we made tonight. And still not happy with that birthday candle. Okay. And then this is the one I made this afternoon. This one says find beauty in everything. And that's the one that I made this afternoon with all the butterflies and flowers and everything. And I put a little banner on it. So, yep. And I wrote happy birthday on that one. Well, I use stickers that says happy birthday on this one. So, there we go, guys. I'm tickled that it finally worked out. And for all of y'all who didn't see at the very beginning, I'll go ahead and show you again. You know, the fabric that I got from Dollar Tree the other day and the little book that I got. I said I was going to do an altar book with it. Well, I started it. I already did all the pages and I covered it with the fabric and got the inside covered. So, I'm going to put some more fabric on the inside to make pockets and stuff, but whatever. But it only took half of the square, so one large rectangle. I just cut it in the middle and it covered the whole book. So I'm happy with that. I'm working on that a little as I go because this is also a birthday present. So anyway, thank you guys for coming tonight. Any questions on anything? I hope I didn't fumble through it too much. But I really like the way these come out. It's like a little present in all itself. Oh, and these will fit in a 6x6. Your birthday is in December. I know, Jackie. Thank you, Paige, for being here. I appreciate it. I'll remember that, Jackie, and I know you like butterflies too. Yeah, I just, so I can tell I did a better job on this one than this one, but, you know, it is what it is. This was my prototype. But as my friend Sazon said, you could have been anywhere tonight, so thank you for sharing it with me. Oh, you're fine. Go back and watch the beginning if you want to, or not. It doesn't matter. But, so yeah, this one is for a birthday present in the near future. This one is just my prototype card. If anybody wants it when the video goes live, just leave me a comment in the comment section and the first person that asks me for it can have it. But you have to ask me for it in the comment section when this video goes live. So, anyway, next week, I'll put up another questionnaire. Make sure if you want to see something different, you do the questionnaire. So I will not have a card on there next week. But I'll have the acrylic pour thing, art journal page, and one more option for us to do. And yeah, so that'll be it. So make sure you go and vote what you want me to do next week. And anything else. If you haven't watched my oil video yet, you should go watch that. I'm actually giving away a skincare set valued at $112. And you need to go check that out to find out how to get it. Paige, yours should be to you by now, or at least by tomorrow. What is the name of the fold card? I have no idea. I think it's just pop-up explosion galore or something like that. I don't know. I don't even think it had a name. I've only seen one person do it, and that was Sam from Mixed Up Paper Crafts. And so I don't know that she knew the name of it either, but that's okay. It's just a fancy little card. It's an explosion card is what it is. But anyway, I told you when the video goes up, you asked me for the card when the video goes up after being live. Not now, but when it's through being live. And I will send one. This is probably not a card you want to, I know you would, Grayson. This is probably not a card you'd want to try to like mass produce. But it is it's a really nice card when you have a special occasion to give it to. And I thought about making one for my granddaughter for her birthday. Her birthday is August the 1st. But I'm thinking she's a little too young for this unless I could find some cute Minnie Mouse paper or something like that. Which I might do anyway. I don't know. And and then I have another birthday that's 29 days after mine. A friend's birthday. And then so this is my birthday month too, guys. Anyway. All right. I think that's going to be enough of chit chat tonight because I'm getting hot. I have had no AC on the entire time we've been working. And it's hot outside. In case you didn't notice, we're having a heat wave. But anyway, thank you all so much for joining me tonight. I personally want to thank Marsha for stopping by, Jackie Crafty, JJ Newton, Lady J Crafty, Jack, the other Jackie, Chris, and who else was here? Paige, who was Stampin' Girl, and who else? Anybody else here? Anyway, thank you all who were here. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to everybody's channel if you haven't done so. Paige does really pretty cards, and Paige does really pretty cards too. So go check out everybody's channel if they have one and do stuff. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all again soon. Love you much. Bye.